Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so honored to be on this panel. Thank you, David. Uh, Before I answer that question, I just want to give a little bit of history of torture in Uganda, uh, especially around dictator Museveni. He came into power by means of a gun, that's in 1986, and about 50 million people were killed. And some time back, Kahinda Utafile, when he was giving a speech somewhere, he gave himself away when he said that uh, they used to go and kill people and spread propaganda that it was the Obote people who were killing people. That way, trying to get support of the people. This happened in Luero Triangle and other areas. And when you look at the elections, we had the Chiboko squad led by Kakoza Mutale. That's in 2001 elections and 2006 elections. Then there is also an incident where Bobby was beaten up in Arua, and Museveni came out to defend the SFC, and he even made a statement that the SFC had dealt with him properly. So when you look at the environment back home, it's an abnormal environment. The regime, just like David said, uses torture as a tool to keep themselves in power. And it really works because we have come from a background where we have seen brutality. Uh, and whenever we remain passive, not to stand up for the people who go through these injustices, then we lose the ability to defend ourselves, even the people we love. So in this kind of environment, uh, you know at the back of your mind that, like for instance, in the campaigns of 2021, every day we would begin our trail with a prayer and ask for God's mercy to be over us. And what we faced, we had never seen it until we decided to be political. Then all brutality was unleashed on us. And we have seen it face to face. Police vehicles and military vehicles running over our people, border riders. We've seen military guys shooting direct live ammunition into the crowds, seeing our fellow comrades dying. For instance, uh, Yasin Kauma. So the kind of environment we are in is a bloody environment where brutality is becoming normal. And when it becomes normal, people start to fear to even go out on protests. Unlike in these developed countries, the constitution will protect the people who go out to protest because it's a right. Yes, it is in our constitution that we have the right to protest. But then when you go practically and you see what happens, that is non-existent, because once you protest, they are going to shoot tear gas at you, they are going to shoot live ammunition at you. Yes, sometimes we just have to be bold and say, no, no matter what, we cannot accept to be passive in the kind of environment, and we just go out there and still put up a resistance, despite the fact that at the moment it seems like dictator Museveni has the monopoly over torture, over brutality, over the gun. But still, we are not going to be passive. So with that kind of attitude, we are able to keep moving. We keep moving regardless how many fall, we keep moving. So we are able to push on. And the best way of fighting an injustice is by exposing it. So we have learned that whenever we are out there, we have the camera on us. We are able to show whatever is happening. That way, people follow and really start connecting that the events that we go through, because no one is safe as long as there is an injustice anywhere. It could be your brother, it could be your cousin. So whenever we expose this, we just need more people to follow these injustices and expose it further and, stand against all these injustices. So we are able to psych up our minds and say, no, we cannot win this unless we come out to fight and face all this. Yeah.
Thank you, Nubian. Really, it's quite inspiring to hear you, who's been through what you've been through, especially for the number of days that you were held in captivity. Still focusing on that experience, what kept that hope alive?
I remember when we were arrested in Kalangala. I had never been arrested, never in my life, and that was the first time. And in a span of 5 days, I think I was held in 5 different detention centers, 5 just in a span of 5 days. And I remember the first time we were held in Kalangala police station. I thought that this was, it was not going to be so long, and maybe later on in the evening they would just set us free. But little did I know that we were going to spend over 7 months in prison. And so when we went through all these injustices, of course they were harsh. Even during the arrest, so many of our comrades were beaten up. There were pepper sprayed at. Many came out with broken limbs, broken arms, open wounds on their heads. And the fact that we knew that the world was watching kept us strong and hopeful. Because even after we were put in massacre, because there was demand for our release, the world was with us, and the Facebook people put out pictures claiming that some of us had been badly beaten and killed. So the regime, what they did because of the pressure on social media, they sent in their team with cameras and then took pictures of us. Those pictures are the ones they put out to bring down that demand, because people thought that we were badly, beaten. So knowing that we are not alone in this and we have a big family out there keeps us going.
Wow.